Have you ever had a secret language with a sibling? A bond so tight that no one else could possibly understand? Today, we're delving into a story that takes this idea to an astonishing and ultimately tragic extreme. This is the story of June and Jennifer Gibbons, better known as the Silent Twins. Born in Barbados in 1963, the Gibbons twins moved to Wales as young children. As the only black family in their community, they faced relentless bullying. This isolation pushed them inward until they retreated into a world entirely of their own making. They stopped speaking to everyone, their parents, their teachers, their siblings, everyone except each other. When they did speak, it was in a private, high-speed dialect that was nearly impossible for others to decipher. They moved in eerie synchronicity, mirroring each other's actions as if controlled by a single mind. If one was given a polio vaccine, the other had to have one too, even if she'd already received it. Their bond was absolute, an unbreakable fortress against the outside world. But what was happening inside that fortress was far more complex and darker than anyone could imagine. Trapped in their silent world, the twins began to write. Prolifically, they filled dozens of diaries with their thoughts, dreams, and frustrations. They even self-published novels. These weren't just childhood scribbles. They were complex, often disturbing stories of love, crime, and identity. Through their private journals, a shocking reality emerged. Their bond wasn't just one of love and protection, it was a cage. They described a deep-seated struggle, a love-hate relationship where one twin felt she couldn't truly live while the other existed. June wrote, "She wants us to be equal. There is a murderous gleam in her eyes. Dear Lord, I am scared of her. She is not normal. Someone is driving her insane. It is me." Jennifer's diaries echoed this sentiment, describing a painful pact. They could neither live with nor without each other. Their silent protest began to curdle into something more destructive. As teenagers, their frustration boiled over into petty crime, vandalism, and eventually arson. Their actions weren't just random acts of rebellion. They were cries for help from a world they couldn't communicate with. Their crime spree led to their arrest, and the legal system was completely baffled. Here were two young women who refused to speak to their lawyers, to the judge, to anyone. Unable to properly defend them or understand their state of mind, the court made a decision that would change their lives forever. They were declared psychopathic and sentenced not to prison, but to Broadmoor, a high-security psychiatric hospital, where they would spend the next 11 years. Broadmoor was a world away from their quiet bedroom, surrounded by some of Britain's most notorious criminals. The twins were separated in an attempt to break their codependency. But the silence persisted. Even when apart, they seemed to operate under their invisible pact. The powerful medications they were given had little effect on their core behavior. Yet their diaries from this time reveal a crucial shift in their thinking. They began to believe that for one of them to be truly free, the other had to die. It wasn't a threat, but a resolution. A sad, logical conclusion to their impossible situation. Jennifer, in particular, seemed to accept this fate. She told their only confidant, journalist Marjorie Wallace, "I'm going to have to die." Marjorie asked why. Jennifer calmly replied, "Because we decided." After 11 long years in Broadmoor, a breakthrough finally happened. A doctor at a less secure clinic agreed to take them, and their transfer was approved. The day they were scheduled to leave Broadmoor, the twins were traveling in the transport van with Marjorie Wallace. June was lively, excited about their new life. Jennifer, however, rested her head on June's shoulder and whispered, "At last we're out." Those would be among her final words. By the time they arrived at the new clinic, Jennifer was unresponsive. She was rushed to a hospital but was pronounced dead shortly after. The cause? Acute myocarditis, a sudden and severe inflammation of the heart. There were no drugs or poisons in her system. Her death was, for all intents and purposes, a natural, yet completely inexplicable event. Just hours after Jennifer's death, June began to speak. To the doctors, to the staff, to her family. The silence was broken. It was as if a switch had been flipped. When Marjorie Wallace visited her a few days later, June said, "I'm free at last, liberated, and at last Jennifer has given up her life for me." She went on to live a quiet life, no longer bound by the pact that had defined her entire existence. The Silent Twins story is a profound and unsettling look at identity, love, and the sacrifices we make for freedom. Was Jennifer's death a tragic, bizarre coincidence? Or was it the ultimate premeditated act of love from one sister to another, a sacrifice to finally set one of them free? Their story leaves us with more questions than answers. A haunting testament to a bond so powerful, it could command life and death itself. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible and poignant journey today. The story of the Gibbons twins is a powerful reminder of how complex the human connection can be. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of the human mind. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.